This is Zach again with the U.S. Men's National Team Project, and we're joined for the first time on video with my partner Mike, and we'll be going through this video series on where the soccer card market is at today. But first, Mike, you want to say hi?
Yeah, hi everyone. Zach's been carrying the flag, but excited to get him more involved in these videos. I've been following the U.S. Men's team for well over a decade, seriously. Went down to Honduras to watch an away qualifier, the Connor Casey game, if you remember, and have had the bug ever since. So I'm super excited about the past, present, and more importantly for this, the future of our men's team.
Awesome. Sweet. Well, let's get into the agenda for today. And if you like what we're putting together for now and in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, follow us on our channel. It's always helpful. So into the agenda. There we go. So we're approaching this in three different parts. We're first going to go over the overall market, the overall soccer card market, and where we see that's at with reference to the recent past and what we're seeing what is driving certain prices and certain demand. We'll go over specifically the American players in the American card market, soccer card market, and we'll show off some of our recent card pickups, which is part of, again, half of what we're doing is sharing a knowledge of the card market. We're also, Mike and I are investing in cards for the U.S. men's soccer team. So we'll show off some of those.
Awesome. So Zach, just to get into the overall market, kind of what are you seeing over the last couple months, and what are you seeing right now?
Yeah, so really we saw in late fall the market really spike, talking September and October. Just overall, everything just skyrocketed. I think word got out that soccer cards and this niche that we're in is a place that people can go look for quick flips, looking at some of the bigger players like Mbappe, Ronaldo, and Messi, which is still, I'd say Ronaldo and Messi are still driving the overall market. Those are still just legendary status. You're safe putting money towards those guys, but also there's still upside, in my opinion, and I think people still see upside in those two guys. But really, I see in general this market is driven by Ronaldo and Messi, and it's a real rookie card driven market. And I kind of see two different tiers of rookies out there that is driving demand, and we're seeing some changes in supply with some of the newer sets coming out. But I'd say the top tier rookies, which should come as no surprise, Mbappe, Holland, Ansu Fati, and João Felix, I think, is really solidifying himself as, at least in the last couple years, as, again, one of those top tier prospects. Those are kind of the chase cards in a lot of the different sets that are coming out. And then you have this second tier of rookie cards that are driving some of that additional demand. You're talking your Mason Mounts, Jordan Sancho, Timo Werner, Tammy Abraham, Kang-In Lee, Jude Bellingham, a number of other guys, Kamavinga, that, again, some people are taking wild cards out on those guys. A lot of those guys were featured on the Golden Boy list for the best young players of today. And I'll mention that even Yusufa Mukoku, who broke the record for the youngest player in the Bundesliga for a debut, his Tops Now card just came out, and even though it was a massive print run of almost 50,000 cards, again, just some of those drivers for the overall card market and interest is stemming from a lot of those types of players.
Yeah, I've been watching some of the breakers that are out there, and like, I mean, they're if you pick a team or you pick a player or it's randomized, like Holland is even like getting broken out separately from Dortmund in some of those, which is just like wild. But yeah, talking about rookies, like how do you see like what is the rookie card to chase for some of these like key players? Because there's a bunch of different sets that are going down, and it seems like some of the dates were thrown off with the pandemic, I guess, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, so we've talked about this, and we'll be doing different segments specifically around American players and kind of what their true rookies are. But it is such a weird time just overall, even with the new release for Topps Chrome UEFA Champions League 2019-20. Um, the Ansu Fati and Holland cards in that set are technically, you can make an argument they're rookie cards, but they're late in the season for this year's release. So um, it's a really interesting time when there's more eyes on the soccer market. There's more sets coming out. Do you consider someone's first Topps Chrome rookie card their true rookie, even though it's not the first card that's been produced? Are you looking for your match attacks or some of the Panini sets that are released early in Spain and in Europe? I'd say our approach with a lot of these, even speaking specifically to like the Yunus Musa cards, he had a Panini sticker come out early. He also had a Panini Mega Cracks card that came out before any of the major sets. So I know you and I have been investing in some of those cards, but it's really difficult to figure out, where should we put our money right now and what's going to see the most return, because it's with the pandemic, it's still a disjointed market, which is that drives opportunity. We just got to make our bets in the right places. Yeah, so interesting time for sure, and we've been seeing some crazy prices for those new Fati, Topps Chrome rookies and Holland, which that set has a ton of parallels. So it'll be interesting to see how those cards will retain their value or not, as well as those get sent in for grading. Once those get back, what is the market going to support? And I think we're staying away from those right now because it doesn't really fit our theme for our investments. But we'll be watching closely to see what happens.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if we get into kind of the second piece here, so the American market and American players, Mike, maybe you could just kind of share what you see right now from pricing and just awareness of what's going on with the American team.
Yeah, I mean, heck of a last week and a half to be a U.S. men's soccer supporter. And then we're filming this early afternoon on Saturday the 12th. So Reyna had a heck of a goal if you haven't seen it.
Yes.
Just great first touch, great finish. And so I think that's going to continue to, Reyna's going to continue to set the market just because of the scarcity for his cards. But if like I've started to put some charts together for player movement over time. But you look at a couple of the solds this week. You got that Pulisic 1/1 black auto that went for 49 grand, which is just a little nutsy, which I think Zach's trying to pull up here as well. But yeah, like $49,000 is just crazy. And then somebody was lucky enough to come across the Geo 1/1 Transcendent out of that special Dortmund box, which is listed up on eBay right now at 50K, and who knows what that'll end up going for.
Yeah, crazy to see. This Pulisic popped up on a different auction site than eBay, so I think it kind of went under the radar for those that weren't aware. But awesome, a beautiful looking card. I think that I'd consider that his true Grail rookie card. The Reyna 1/1 is certainly, if not the top Grail, maybe the superfractor of the Topps Chrome would be up there, but this is his true on-card rookie, and really market-setting prices. So it's going to be interesting to see if these move and how often, and how it's driving just overall pricing for these players. So yeah. But Mike, you talked a little bit about the charts that you've been putting together. If we go back and give an example with some McKinney cards here.
Yeah, so McKinney, there's not a lot graded for him, and so that's why I kind of did. It's the same data set. The yellow actually moves into blue on the right, so that same yellow data set is over on the right. But not a lot of graded stuff out there for him. I think we'll continue to see an uptick. This is specifically his rookie card optic from the Donruss set, but like. Good solid movement. You can see generally like a little bit up and to the right, but nobody really knows what it's going to look like. But I will say, I mean, he'll likely start again tomorrow for Juve. Heck of a goal midweek in the Champions League, and then he had a nice headed finish at the last weekend in the Serie A. But yeah, this is one that's kind of trying to figure out where it's going to be at. But if you look at Pulisic, specifically the holographic, that one is on sale. And I think Pulisic across the board is on sale. Everything from graded 10 to all the way down to raw is just kind of down and to the right right now. Maybe it's a little holidays. He hasn't been getting games in. But if you look specifically at this card, it's just it's down a bit from its highs in early fall, like Zach was talking about.
Yeah, and it's great to get this information. Some of the other sites out there that are tracking cards don't have a good inventory of soccer cards, so we're obviously doing our own research here, which is necessary for anyone that's looking to invest. Like, do your own research. We use 130point.com, eBay sold listings, and you can see here we didn't include shipping, which is not a huge deal when you're talking about larger valued cards, but for smaller valued cards with some of the optics, those can make a difference. But I think in general, like we talked about earlier, we're definitely seeing a lull in prices across the board, and that might be holiday season. I've seen that historically around this time, just less buyers, less money getting put towards investing in soccer cards, for example, or any sports cards. But also basketball season, I think, has an interesting take and an effect on the other sports and card markets because a lot of focus is going to the start of the basketball season. So we're seeing that reflected here, which is why we're considering ourselves buyers right now. This is the time to look for good deals and cards to increase in value over the next 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, and if you guys want to see other cards charted out, got it set up to do it pretty easily now. So just drop it in the comments, and next episode we can start flashing some other ones, just US guys mainly, but happy to do a fresh one that you're tracking.
Awesome. And I guess before moving off from, we talked a little bit about these top cards. And we're going to get into some recent polls. Actually, we'll go there now. Here's some pictures of the recent cards, some of the recent cards that we wanted to call out that we've been picking up. Before going through these, I also wanted to mention that what you see here in the Aronson orange rookie card, this set I think is something that's been slept on by a lot of people. It's the 2020 Bowman MLS set. Out of 100 cards in that checklist, I think 80 of them are rookie cards, and you could see from our last game against El Salvador, there's a ton of great players with their rookie cards in that set that could be similar to like the Bowman draft, Bowman Chrome out of baseball. I hope this is going to continue from the MLS as we see more players coming up and making their debuts across different teams and different countries, but a huge opportunity. We bought a couple sets to cover, and then we've been buying color of different players like Aronson and DK, and I think Mike, you bought a couple other ones.
Yeah, I actually just got mailed a couple Mark McKenzie's that are gradable, a gold and a blue. That should grade out nicely. But yeah, I mean, when we look ahead to definitely 2022 and then 2026. Like so many of the rookies are going to be in this Bowman set are going to be in and around the squad of 23. It's just a real good way to help us get wide until we know which one of those guys will sit in seats like 15 through 23. I'm confident we'll see 5, 6, 7 of those guys in the squad.
Yeah, definitely. And so for those of you that are not familiar with kind of our goals with investing, we're purely investing in U.S. men's national team players and prospects. So that's what you see here. We're super excited about the Reina on the left, green refractor that we picked up. These cards are anywhere from, the cards we're looking at here are anywhere from like $25 to a few $1,000s. So excited about the Reina card. Tyler Adams, that Stadium Club PSA 10, really quality card. Mike, you picked that up, or I guess we picked this one up recently, but Mike was picking up these cards early, as well as that black and white version raw that we picked up. And then we got the Zach Steffen black and white as well, graded out BGS 9.5. Mentioned the Aronson 25, which we actually have 2 of those, and now 3 base cards of those. And in the top right, we got the Timothy Weah on-ball patch gold auto that I picked up off of Facebook. But he had a great goal versus Celtic, his old team, with Lille in Champions League this week, which is awesome to see. He's been getting periodic playing time, but great goal, kind of reaction volley.
And speaking of reaction, like, I mean, he hit it sweet. It was perfect.
Yeah.
And then he like got ready to celebrate, and then he remembered it was his old team, and he got respectfully muted. But it was super pure. Like, you could see how much it meant to him.
Yeah, for sure. So awesome. I really think what we're trying to do is put out some consistent content for everyone. We think that there's a lot in terms of understanding where the soccer card market is at today, where it's been, where it's going. We're going to keep doing commentary on that and show recent pickups like we did today. And then, Mike, you want to share a little bit about what we're thinking about for tomorrow and some content there?
Yeah, so we'll look to connect with you again tomorrow after we watch the morning full of games. And there's this great site. It's USMNT.io. This guy put it together, and it's just a way to see like who played, who didn't, how many minutes, did they get a goal, link and highlights. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. And it shows you which one of our guys are playing on any given day. So we'll be coming back to you tomorrow after those games. But really, the main goal of the content tomorrow is to talk about the week ahead and look forward to all the matches that are coming up. And we'll definitely be talking about the MLS Cup tonight, and hopefully Jordan Morris does some damage. He's somebody that I'm hoping finally takes his opportunity and his skill to the less safe shores of Europe.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. There's some interesting comments from Berhalter about Morris and him responding, and I think we'll see him go overseas and test his mettle out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll be looking. It's an interesting time because there's so many U.S. players playing all over the place. So we're going to try to distill that down and give a game plan for people that do want to watch these players, track them, maybe watch the games as more interest to what's going on with these games and performances keeps coming to fruition. So we're excited about that.
Sweet. Well, awesome. Until next time, make sure you follow us, and we'll see you soon.
Awesome. Talk to you guys soon.